What's going on, everybody? I don't have any moves to play on green chess. I don't have any moves to play on Board Game Arena. So that means it must be time to do some diagramming. What do I mean by doing diagramming? Well, um, I have games from last week when I was at the Cincinnati Chess Club Christmas party. I did already upload a short of my game with Greg Arnold, better known as Drunk Pyromaniac, on Discord and on chess.com. So since I already did that one, as at least as a short, I'm going to start by diagramming the game that I played after that with a guy named Gudgeon. Um, he's a really strong player, 21-24 USCF in 8x8 chess, and he had actually beaten Greg Arnold after I played Greg, so it was kind of like the winner of a little tournament, really. And so I posted a video of the pictures from the Christmas party, so you can see my games. You can actually see us playing, and you can see the positions from the games with Greg and with Gudgeon. Also, I did send diagrams for the game that Ed Trice played over the phone with me yesterday. Actually, now it's Friday, so it was on Wednesday morning. So I got done diagramming a game where Ed beat up on Fairy Stockfish at level 8 on piechess.org. And so look for that animation to be out there. I'll probably post a video of that soon. So anyway, without further ado, let's get cracking on some diagramming. So we'll go to triceschess.com. You can also get there by going to gothicchess.info, because Trice's Chess used to be known as Gothic Chess, but now it's Trice's Chess. So what you do is you come down here, you say, okay, we got the merch. Make sure to buy some sets, all kinds of stuff, right? And the idea is to go here and make diagrams. And then when we make those diagrams, the idea is to get them all gathered up after we've made them, put them in an email, and send them to yours truly, or better yet, just directly to Ed Trice, because what's going to happen is Ed's going to turn them into a movie. So let me show you what the end product would be. Here is the page with all the movies. I'm going to scroll down. Actually, let's scroll down all the way to the bottom. Did you know there's 94 games on here now? See, look, here it is. Ed got done turning the diagrams that I made I think it was this morning, and he turned them into a movie. So this would be a perfect time to check out the example. I actually made these diagrams this morning, and Ed did what we're talking about. He made it into a movie. So let's hit replay game. Let's see. So yeah, and so when you do replay game, you just now this is a good point to mention that. Good time to mention that actually when you hit replay game, you have to hit it twice. It's kind of a glitch that hasn't been worked out yet. But you hit it twice, and then boom, you're going through the game. And this is the game where Ed beat up on Stockfish just 48 hours ago, and it was a pretty amazing game. And he played it blindfold. He called me when I was about to play. I was kind of in the same situation as now, right? I had no moves on green chess. I was just going to do a little video, and next thing you know, Ed calls and he decides to call out moves. He played blindfold, and he did this to Stockfish on level 8. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I know I whiz-banged through that really fast, but guess what? You'll get to see a video of that, and well, the game's right here, so just go to triceschess.com or gothicchess.info, and you can watch that game a lot more slowly. And here's the movie. So we hit watch movie. Now what's going to happen is it's going to start out in this screen, and you're going to think nothing's happening. You're like, okay, why am I just staring at this? But Ed likes to have 12 seconds at the beginning for the splash screen, and then he likes to have 6 seconds for the initial position. And then after that, he has 1.5 seconds between moves. And then he'll have 12 seconds for the final position. Okay, well, that's enough of that. You can watch this movie on your own time. Let's get back to the point of the video, which is I need to make some diagrams, and then I'm going to send them to Ed. So this is an initial setup, and we need to start creating PNGs of each position in the game. Sounds tedious, but actually it's pretty good to learn how to, play your games better. You'll get to really kind of focus on each position. So it goes underscore, I'm sorry, it goes lowercase, all letters have to be in lettercase, and it goes move underscore 0. Also, you can put move underscore 0 up here and save it as a txt, and that way, if you like get halfway through the game and you get hungry and you want to eat dinner, or you want to play some Trice's chess on chess.com or something, you can save it and then come back and you can open up a file. You open up that txt and then boom, you can put that position right back in there. It could be move 25 in your game, and you can pick right back up where you're at, where you left off. So I'm hitting save here so that I create a move 0. It's going to say, what do you want to do with that? I want to save it. And I'm going to save it to the folder that I created for Gudgeon, the game with Gudgeon in here. So I was white. So I go into this folder and I have my move underscore 0.png, and there you go. Now we're going to get fast as things start to pick up, but we'll start out a little slow so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. So I click on the piece I need to move. Okay, and when I'm white, I pretty much always play G4. If you haven't figured out by now, guess what? That's move 1. Now, this is the part where I tell you guys that we count ply, which is half moves. So that was move 1, but really just ply 1, right? Because when black responds, it's still move 1 by standard notation. But for our purposes, it's going to be move 2, or really just ply 2. We have to go over here and we have to change this to a 2 and hit save. And actually, it looks like, oh, see, I've already messed up, I think. Let's see if I messed up, because I forgot to save as, so I've already goofed. But I'll tell you what, though, you're going to goof a lot when you make these diagrams. So let's go into this folder and let's see how it looks. Okay, so that's move 1. Yeah, that's perfect. Wow, so it actually didn't screw it up. Every time I do this, something new happens. I make a new screw up, and then I have to figure out how to fix it, because if you don't fix it right away, then the whole game gets screwed up. So fortunately, we've managed to avoid really getting screwed up there. I don't know if you guys could see that folder or not, so hopefully you're able to see the folder I was just looking at. One thing I learned, I actually tried to do a video this morning, and I switched browsers. I went from Edge to Chrome, and turned out that video was no good because you can't switch browsers when doing the videos. So it may be that you can't actually see that folder I just showed you. But anyway, I've got move 0, I've got move 1, and I've got move 2. To ply into this game, that's really just one move by standard notation. So basically every odd ply, every odd move number for our purposes is going to be a white move, and every even number is going to be a black move. So if you look over here and say, oh, I wonder if I did all the right moves, if you see an even number and you just made a black move, you're probably okay. And if it's odd and you did a white move, you're probably okay. But if you did a black move and you look over here and you just saved an odd number, you're probably going to have to fix something, and it may take a few minutes. So try not to screw up. All right, so then let's go D4 is the next move. I'm just looking at the score sheet here. Okay, so I saved that. And, well, you kind of get the idea, right? So I'm going to start whiz-banging through this. Oh, look at that. I almost made a mistake. I almost made it. See, it's easy to make mistakes, especially when you start trying to go quick. All right, so this is actually move 3. See, and I almost screwed up because move 3 obviously is odd, and it should be white's move, whereas I was trying to save move 2, which was a white move, and that's wrong. So odd for white, even for black. All right, so we know the next move is going to be move 4, and you can do this in different orders, right? Do we change it to move 4 now? Well, yeah, but we better make sure we make a black move. So I'm hitting this black pawn, and we go boom, boom, boom. I'm cheating a little bit. I'm using the touch screen here, so if you're wondering why you're not seeing the pointer, it's because I want to save a little time and not make the video drag out too long. So, now I'm going to start moving quick. All right. So if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing, why things are happening fast, it's because my fingers are doing the walking right now. I'm going to do things a little quicker. Touch screens. If you guys don't have a touchscreen laptop, save up some money and get one. Or do like me and have your best friend buy you one. So, okay, we're cooking, right? So now we're 3 moves into the game, 6 ply in, and now White's move is knight to c3. And it just becomes an assembly line of making moves fast, right? You get faster and faster, you use both your hands, just knock it out. Okay, so hopefully, oh, I tried to screw up there, you see that? I'm going to hit cancel because I kind of goofed. Hopefully it didn't screw up the folder. Problem with going fast is, sometimes you goof up. Okay, good. See, I just kind of started over, so okay. I don't know why it's trying to save it as. I gotta be careful now. You know what? I'm gonna. Hopefully you can see the folder when I do this, but I have to kind of check and make sure I didn't screw up just now because my fingers. You make one little finger slip, and you can screw up the whole game, and it's not a good thing. You want to catch your mess ups as quickly as you can, as early as you can. Okay, so move 8. It doesn't take long to goof, but once you really get on a roll, you'll kick butt and get through these things fast. So, okay, move 9. That was e4. This is me playing against Gudgeon, 21-24 USCF. I'm white, he's black. Okay, I'm just making the moves as fast as I can. I don't want to bore you guys to tears. Look at this. I did a 4 pawns attack. This is extremely unlike me, you guys. This is not how I normally play. I don't know why I felt like just pushing all my pawns, but for whatever reason. Oh, crap. Now, where'd that knight come from? See, this is the kind of stuff that happens. Now I got to go back to my folder and see how many moves I had a knight sitting there on I5 that had no business being there. Okay, so I'm looking in the folder. Okay. Let's see. Oh, look at that. So I'm looking in the other folder. I don't know if you guys can see what happened. Okay, so move 8 was okay, but then move 9 I screwed up and somehow a knight got on I5. So I'm going to have to go into my folder and delete moves 9, 10, and 11. Then I'm going to have to make sure that, let's see here. I'm trying to get rid of some of this excess crap. Okay, so I need to back up some moves here. If you want to make pieces disappear, just click on them twice, So let's see, so move from rewinding, so if move 8 was the last move that was okay, that means it was black's move 4. So black's move 4 on my score sheet was knight to h6. So I need to rewind e4. Oh, but e4 was okay. I thought I saw that. Maybe I deleted it by accident. Let me check. Let me look at the last position here. Okay, so yeah. So apparently I might have deleted one that was actually good. Alright, so I'm going to take back moves e4, and I'm going to take back moves f4. Really, when you make mistakes, you want to catch them as fast as possible. Honestly, I normally don't make this many mistakes. You'd almost think I was doing it on purpose just for instructive value. But I don't think it's a reason to start over this video, because I think it's good for you guys to see that, yes, mess-ups may happen, but you can fix them. You just got to make sure to fix them fast, or else your diagrams will get all messed up and you'll be pulling your hair out trying to figure out where you messed up. So, okay, so we got knight to h6, so here we go. Move 9. Let me fix this. This needs to be move 9. So move 9 is going to be e4. And there's no knight on I5 this time. I don't know how that happened. Little mouse slip. So we save move 9. Okay. And I don't know if you guys can see all that. I'll have to go back and look in the video and see if you can see anything other than my Edge browser. But you really don't need to see anything more than the Edge browser. Okay, so e4. Now we got knight to c6. That's move 10. There's no knight on I5 this time. Oops. Oh, I messed up there. Okay. I feel like something's changed since I used to do a lot of diagrams, because I don't remember it always asking me over and over again, do you want to save it as? It just used to kind of skip that step. Okay, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing in the long run. Seems like a bad thing to slow you down. By the way, you guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of have a, what do they call it, stream of consciousness. So if I'm rambling, it's because I'm talking to myself and talking out loud. But okay, so now we got f4, and black plays archbishop to e7. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I am playing white and Gudgeon is playing black, and Gudgeon is a 21-24 USCF. And, he just got done beating Drunk Pyromaniac, and I would say he probably had as good a win as mine. So you guys should check out my game against Drunk Pyromaniac. These games were over the board, too. For those of you out there that have never played Trice's Chess over the board, it's awesome. And Greg Arnold, Drunk Pyromaniac, has an incredible set and board. It must be very expensive. It's really, really nice wood board, wood pieces. But you can get your plastic pieces and vinyl board from this website at triceschess.com. I really suggest you get them. And if you guys live in Cincinnati like me, you can contact me and I'll just sell you one that's here in my basement. So, all right, so Archbishop D7, and then let me make sure. Okay, so move 12, so we know we're caught up. Black's move, that was an even number. So the next move is going to be pawn takes on G5. Oh, look at that. I need to change pieces. Remember, click twice. I'm going to show you guys. Here's the pointer. Ready? One click, two clicks. Now it's blank. Now I go here and bam, change it to a white pawn. Change this to move 13. I save it. I save it as, and then I just hit return because I want it to be move 13. And we go on to the next move. Black recaptures with the pawn. That's move 14. Okay, now, if I don't make any more mistakes, I can actually start moving fast. I don't know if you guys looked at the clock on my computer here, but it's 12:31 in the morning, so yeah, if I'm making more mistakes than usual, I'm going to blame it on being sleepy. Okay, bishop takes here. Now this is a very interesting situation here, isn't it? And I just had a game kind of like this on chess.com. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to all my videos, but I had a game. I even said in the description, like, hey, this guy gave up his archbishop for a bishop. Well, here it's, I'm going to give up a knight and a bishop for an archbishop. For you bean counters out there, I think that's probably better for white. However, that doesn't always play out, does it? You have to play the position. So anyway, there's not much. I mean, I guess actually black's best move would be bishop to f6, but you can kind of tell that he doesn't really plan on doing that. So he plays archbishop takes, which I think is a mistake. So Gudgeon, if you're watching this, because we didn't really do a post-mortem when we were playing. Gudgeon, if you're watching this, that was probably your first mistake. So well, actually, your first mistake was to hang the pawn in the first place, but archbishop taking is another mistake. Okay, so archbishop takes, and I look up here and I see move 16, so that means, yes, I did in fact save black's move, because that's an even number. So the next move, of course, is white takes with the knight, and I get the archbishop for 2 minor pieces, not to mention the pawn I got. So I'm loving life already, but you'll see here in a second I make a blunder, and I give back the pawn like a silly guy. Okay, so knight takes, now queen. Queen takes, obviously. Oh crap, I almost accidentally saved that. So I'm going to say, it's right where I, this is tough because you guys can't see it, but the little time thing's right in the way. I can't do anything about this, so I don't want to save that. This needs to be move 18. Okay, here we go. Save. Save as move 18. And then I need to get rid of this stupid thing. Okay. I think there's some kind of way to clear all this. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can see all these moves that I've made in the past, but I'd like to kind of just clear this out if possible. Is there a way to clear all these moves? There's a ton of them. Let's see. Open downloads, clear all download history, show downloads button, clear all download history. Yeah, let's clear download history. You can still get the files. Okay. So I just cleared the download history because I'm getting sick of seeing like so many moves that have, diagrams from like a week ago or something. So that was move 18, and the queen took on g5. So now white, that's me, plays queen to f3. And is that what I played? Queen f3? No, that's chancellor f3. Got to put the queen back and change it to a chancellor check. See? Yeah, it looks like a cool move. But it's funny, it is a fork, right? I'm hitting his queen and I'm hitting his king, but then he Gudgeon, of course, played the smart move, which is Black Chancellor to f6, which then makes it impossible for me to just chop his queen with my Chancellor. So I thought I was being cute there for a second, and it didn't really pan out. You see where it says save move 19? So did I not save move 19? Let me go check. Oh, so I forgot to save move 19. Okay. Oh no, where's the download thing? I want to save move 19. And I also want to save move 20. Okay, so we're not exactly moving really quickly, are we? I keep making mistakes, and I swear Microsoft has done something to make this a little bit more cumbersome, but in the end it's still awesome. Okay, so especially because you send these off to Ed Trice, he turns it into a movie and you'll be memorialized forever. And guess what? If your game is super good, Ed might even put your game on the website and people will be playing movies of your games for years and centuries to come. Okay, so now Black takes my Chancellor with check. I'm getting faster, I swear. I will start to get quicker. Okay, and then Queen takes with check. Somewhere around here, this is where I goof on the next move, I think. Okay, so Queen takes. And this is where I took away Black's castling ability. So right now I'm feeling pretty good. Now I will say that castling is not necessarily the end-all be-all in Trice's chess like it is in 8x8. But, you know, king protection is still important. So here comes probably my worst move of the game. I play knight here, completely forgetting about the fact that Black can just take my g-pawn. So I gave back the pawn. I don't know if that was a real big deal, but I don't know how great that knight is either on e4, so it was probably a mistake. I think I kind of wanted a castle more than anything. But yeah, if I had it to do over again, instead of knight to e4, I should have played archbishop to e3. That must have been a much stronger move. I pretty much immediately realized it when Gudgeon replied with queen takes g4. And I was like, oh yeah, that was stupid. Why didn't I play the archbishop out? I was kind of waffling between those two moves, but I didn't, somehow, like, my brain didn't process the fact that the knight wasn't guarding the double attacked g-pawn. Probably don't need to worry about it that much, right? I still have the advantage of 2 minors for an archbishop and king safety. So, you know, I'm doing better, but I'm sure the engine would say, well, you just went from plus 1.5 to like plus 0.75 or something. Alright, so queen takes now. This is where I actually just castle. I really wanted to get out of dodge. In Trice's chess, your king always goes 3 squares, right? Can't go that way, obviously. But your king always goes 3 squares, not 2 squares like an 8x8. Then you swing the rook to the other side, of course. And that's move 27. Apply 27. I have to make sure to always save it. Okay, so b6 for Black. This is, I think already I could tell at this point that Gudgeon was feeling a little discouraged. He was kind of maybe not having any plan to set, per se. So the b6 move, I'm like, oh, okay, but he can't castle queenside, right? So, like, I don't know. I guess, yeah. I mean, I shouldn't actually criticize that move that much because let's face it, where's that light square bishop going, right? It's got to go somewhere. But later, I think Gudgeon played d5, and I kind of think maybe he could have just played d5 right now instead of b6. All right, so then archbishop to e3. So now I play the move that I should have played a couple moves ago. All right. Now that kind of forces Black's hand, and he goes ahead and chops. The nice thing is, I did manage to get the trade of queens, which is good for me, being up a little bit of material as a bean counter. And then also, we traded on my terms, so I gained a tempo out of it. So, I gotta have some compensation for the pawn that I gave back for no particular reason. Alright, so bishop to a6. I'm getting faster, you guys. Are you noticing? I'm not mega fast yet, but I'll get there. Just ask Ed. I'm pretty quick at these when I want to be. The trick is, if you get really fast, guess what happens? You start screwing up. And when you screw up, guess what happens? you actually waste time. So you want to get fast naturally and almost cautiously, because if you get fast just recklessly, you'll actually burn so much more time trying to fix your mistakes. Now here's a chance where I can actually play en passant. Do you think I played the en passant? This goes back to why I thought maybe Gudgeon should have played d5 earlier. If he was going to play it, he should have probably played it earlier rather than doing the fianchetto. Although I have to admit that bishop over there on a6 is annoying, because guess what? It's hitting f1, and I obviously would like to get rooks on f1 and g1. So yeah, and he's a 21-24 USCF, so maybe I should retract all criticisms. Now my highest rating ever was 2078, but that was literally over 2 decades ago. I'm old. Okay, so d5, and guess what? Spoiler alert, no, I did not actually take the en passant. Because why? Because that would be too obvious. He'd be expecting me to do that. That's just what he'd be expecting me to do, so I have to do something different. Oh no, I just put knights everywhere. Okay, hit that twice, then I change that to a bishop. When you catch your mess ups that quickly, you're fine, but the quicker you catch your mess ups, the better. It's okay to mess up. You're going to have, fat fingers every once in a while. But you gotta catch those mistakes as soon as you can, or else you can find yourself going, oh my gosh, I messed up 30 moves ago. I've got to go back and redo 30 moves. And literally, it would take longer to do that than to start from scratch and do it right. Alright. This is coming from a guy who's done diagrams for probably 40 games, 50 games. Alright, so you can take my words to heart. Okay, so black's in check. He goes king to f8. He had no other choice. It was like the only legal move, so not like the only legal move, it was the only legal move. Okay, so king f8. We are now on move 20, and guess what, guys? We're 2/3 of the way done with the moves, and we're probably 3/4 of the way done with this video. So if you're kind of like bored to tears, hang in there with me. We're gonna get there. Okay, so this is move 20. King to g7. Okay, now this is move 40 in edge, right? Oh shoot, I tried to skip a move again. Actually, this is where that save as thing maybe is a good thing, because I'm skipping moves, but it's saying, oh, but you can save as even though you skipped it and went to the next move, so I'm actually saving 2 moves in a row. Okay, so what I was trying to point out there is, this is move 40 here, right? But that's actually move 20 in real life on a score sheet. So I can then cross-reference and say, well, I wonder if I've skipped any moves. Well, if I just did move 40, and that was king to g7, then I'm looking at my score sheet, which you guys can't see, but I'm looking at it, and it says king g7 for move 20. So I know I'm good. I haven't screwed up yet. And then I'm kind of sick of all these extra moves over here. So again, I'm going to go just clear my download history. Let's see if you guys can see everything. Okay, so king g7. Now I'm going to play arch. On move 21, I played archbishop back to f6 check. Well, I went to the wrong spot there. Okay, 41. Okay. King f8. And with the touchscreen, you can start going pretty quick. I'm using both my hands here. King f8, archbishop 2. I'm fishing for some free pieces in the checkmate, right? I really feel like, man, I got to find a quick checkmate to really get some style points. I think if there's one thing we can say about this game, why I saved it for later than the game against Drunk Pyro or Maniac, is that I didn't actually feel like I had any true style points in this game. Yeah, I won, and it was pretty good, but I felt good about the game, but it's just like, I had a lot of people watching this game. I shouldn't say a lot, but probably like 3 or 4 spectators. They're all watching the game, and they're all just saying, oh, and even Gudgeon was like, oh, you're missing checkmates. And I'm like, are you sure I'm missing checkmates? Because I don't see the checkmates. Okay, I just hit Control Z because I don't know. Okay, so that was move 43. I was like, what digit was there? Okay, I need to add 1, so 44. Now, if that's 44, I'm going to check my score sheet. It should be move 22 for black should be king f7, and that is right. You'd be surprised if you guys haven't done a diagram of a game before. If you haven't done all the diagrams, you you don't understand how easy it is to forget your place. Like, what move did I just do? Was it white's move? Was it black's move? What move would it be on the score sheet? And it's, you got the king going back and forth. You got the archbishop going back and forth. You might put in the wrong move. You might put in move 23 when it was move 20. So you got to really pay attention. So move 44 was move 22. I'm looking at my score sheets now. On move 23, white plays bishop to h5. So if any of you guys out there, and I know there's been a few guys on our Discord that have actually diagrammed their games. So, let's see. I think Greg Arnold did one, Letchworthshire, I think one or two other people. So, the point is, if you are, getting the bug and you want to play a lot of Trice's chess, pay attention to this video because, I'm going to really run you through how to do these diagrams efficiently. This, to be honest, this isn't like my most efficient process ever. Like, I'm a little rusty. So if I seem like I'm making more mistakes than a guy who's good at this would be making, it's because I'm rusty. But, when I've done like 20 games for Ed for his book and stuff, by the fifth book, I'm cooking. By the fifth game. Okay, so, and it becomes like clockwork. You're not even thinking, but you do have to be careful because if you get reckless, careless, you will mess up and then you'll regret it. But I am the chief diagram officer of Trice's Chess, so take heed to my warnings. Okay, so I'm looking over here, right? While I'm talking, right, I keep forgetting what I'm doing. So move 46, that means it's move 23. I look at my score sheet. It says king to e7, so there we go. So now white does what? The obvious move. White, oh boy. White takes the knight with check. Let me save that as move 47. Save it as move 47. Okay. Then king to f8. Oh yeah, another reason I'm taking a little while is because I'm talking and I'm not good at multitasking. So if I'm talking, I forget what I'm doing on the screen. Okay, so I look again. 48 is 24. That was king f8. So now arch takes a8. Save that. It's a good thing that Trice's chess games are pretty quick relative to 8x8 games because Trice's chess games are usually over by move 30, and this game is a good example of that. In fact, if I had found a stylish way to win, this game could have been over at like move 25 or 20. So the point I was driving at is that because Trice's chess games are pretty quick, diagramming them isn't that bad because you will usually be diagramming a short game. And that will make you happy because as fun as diagramming is for the first few minutes, it can get a little tedious. Okay, so then I'm just playing these moves. I'm not really thinking about them. I mean, if you guys are paying attention to this game, it's pretty much over. Oh, look, I skipped a move again. It'll be interesting to see in this video how much of my screen you guys can see. I don't know if you can see everything I'm doing with the save as and putting it in that folder I created for my Gudgeon game. Okay, so bishop c8. Okay, 26 corresponds to 52. So now 27 on my score sheet. Archbishop to e8. Okay, save as. Hit that. Knight to f5. Oh boy, see how I keep messing up? Double tap to get rid of the piece on the square it's not supposed to be on. The square it used to be on. Okay, I look over here again. 54. That corresponds to 27 on my score sheet. Now rook on J to G1. We're almost to the climactic moment of the game, not just the checkmate, but the diagramming part that I'm about to tell you guys about. If you have been sleeping through this video or skipping over it, make sure that you pay attention here in a minute when I get to the end, because Ed has a particular way he likes the games to be diagrammed at the finish, depending on if they're a checkmate or a resignation. Okay, so 29, we just did 56, which corresponds to 28, so my archbishop is now going to g6. That wins a rook. Well, actually it doesn't win a rook. Okay, and then what moved up there? Okay, that's a 7. We're getting close to the end, guys. Hang in there. I know. Unless you like tedious stuff, you're probably like bored to tears right now. But this is fun, right? I mean, if you're just kicking back and watching these moves, you're getting to watch a game in slow motion. It'll be faster when Ed turns it into a movie. So that's kind of like the cherry on top, right? Oh, look at this. I took the knight with check. Discovered check. Okay, we're very, very close to the end, you guys. Like I said, the cherry on top is having that movie, and the super duper cherry on top is having Ed put it on his website so you become famous. Okay, and then Archbishop to d6, and yes, guess what? That's a checkmate! Yeah! Okay, now, like I said, it's a checkmate, so we need to do two things. First, we save the position as an odd number. White got the checkmate. But then, guess what? We're going to save that same position again. We're not going to move any pieces around. We're going to make it 62, but we're not going to move anybody. It's going to be the king tipping over. Okay, now I'm going to tip it to the right because the archbishop's checking the king from the left to the right. If the archbishop were over here, I would tip the king the other way. I would tip it to the left. But because the archbishop is here on the left, I'm attacking the king that way. So we're going to tip the king to the right. Now, if the archbishop, let's say the archbishop had been like a chancellor or something, or maybe it was like a queen and it went there, then we would tip the queen. We would tip the king to the left. So it kind of depends on the direction the piece is coming from sometimes. In this case, although the archbishop's going to the left, we're not going to tip the king to the left. We're going to tip it away from the archbishop that's attacking it. Yes, I know that's just sort of a matter of preference or aesthetic kind of subjective type of thing, but that's how Ed likes it, and that's how I like it. And I'll bet you that's how you guys like it too. So I'm saving that. Guess what though? Okay, that is the last move. Now we're going to see, I want to do two things. First, I want to go back through all those. Well, actually, the first thing I'll do is I'll show you how to do the last diagram. Hopefully, you guys can see my screen with the. I want you to see what I'm doing in the folder and then in Paint. So hopefully, you can see all of this. Okay, so I'm going to open up Move 62, and I'm going to open it in Paint, and then I'm going to take the king, and I'm going to color that square. Ed likes for the. It's a good idea. I like it, right? So you see the king is going to be changing. That square is going to change. We're going to change it to purple. If it were a white square, we'd change it to yellow, but it's blue, so we make it purple, and then we save it. We just save this. We don't have to make a new diagram. So now when I go into Move 62, it's going to have that purple square, and hopefully you guys can see all of this. Okay, so now to make sure that all of them, I want to make sure all the moves are right because I could have screwed up. So we're doing an F up check here. Okay, so here's move 0, and now 1, 2. I'm just clicking the right button here. I can click with the mouse. No, the mouse doesn't work, but I'm clicking the right arrow. So here we go. Ready? Back to 0. This is basically what it's going to be like on the website, but a little bigger. Okay, ready? 1, 2. I'm going by the score sheet here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. That's what my score sheet shows. Boom! Perfect. Oh, yes! I don't know if you guys were able to see all that. I sure hope you were. Bam, you guys. That's awesome. Yes, okay, so this video is now hitting 40 minutes. You know, the last time I did this video, it only took 30 minutes, and I did a longer game, so I guess I made more mistakes, but I think that's actually good. I feel better about this video than the one I screwed up on and changed the browser this morning and had to delete. So, I think I pretty much did everything. What am I going to do now? After I end this video, I'm going to take all of those diagrams, and I'm going to send them to Ed, and he's going to turn them into a movie. And who knows, he might even do it tonight, because he's more of a night owl than I am, and it's almost 1 in the morning. Okay guys, well I guess that's about it. I think it turned out to be a pretty good video, and let's see if it stays online. If Ed says it's a good video, I hope he does. He's gonna have to sit through almost 40 minutes to tell me if it was good. But yeah, this looked pretty good. So hopefully you guys were able to see everything I was doing. At least I know I didn't change any browsers. So alright guys, if you guys have any questions, put them in the comments. And make sure to like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this video. Share it with people that want to do diagrams and are catching the bug for Trice's chess. You can play online at chess.com. You can play on greenchess.net. You can play on pychess.org. You can get your merch, and you can get your sets and equipment from Ed himself or from me. And so make sure to leave some comments, give us some feedback, hopefully positive, and we'll see you in the next video.